Good day, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Sister TV, where we talk about everything that has to do with PCOS, women's health, lifestyle, beauty, and beyond. Well, it is PCOS Awareness Month all September. So, all of my episodes this month will focus on things that impact women with PCOS. As much as PCOS Awareness Month is about celebrating the fight and the women who are constantly conquering the condition every day, it's also for me a point in which excuse me, passing on the educational knowledge about PCOS is imperative because as much as people sit here and say, what is it? 1 in 10 have it. When I say 1 in 10, I'm talking about 1 in every 10 women. And what's scary about that is most of the women are out here misdiagnosed or don't realize that they have it because it's still something that many doctors, at least from my experience, have a problem with diagnosing and then after that managing it. So to me, I like to take advantage, especially with my blog, especially with things that I've encountered over the year of 2018, is to really relay the right information as much as possible, as frequent as possible, so that I can help women conquer some of the issues that they go through if they're diagnosed or if they don't know yet, so that they can get the proper treatment that they need. And again, on top of that, I like to add little tricks of the trade that I've learned how to do in my journey with combating PCOS. So today's episode is about hirsutism. And I know that sounds like a weird word, hirsutism. You may have seen it spelled before and not know how to pronounce it, but really what it is excess hair growth. And when I say excess hair growth, I'm not talking about in a little bit. I'm saying that it grows excessively in unsightly areas on a person's body. Men suffer from it and women suffer from it too. But of course, as women, we are not supposed to be hairy in certain places because we're women, right? So when you see a woman with a full-grown beard, full-grown mustache, chest hair, coarse hair on her thighs, calves, toes, excessive arm hair like myself, as you can see, typically she's a woman who's suffering from hirsutism. And that is the number one, well, one of the number one physical mutations that women with PCOS and adolescents with PCOS go through. If I can recall back to my early teens, actually, I started growing chest hair. And my mom used to be like, that's so weird. Why are you growing hair in the middle of your chest? I wish I could pull the shirt down more, but if you can see through here, it's a very light stubble, and that's caused by hirsutism. And typically, hirsutism is caused by an overproduction of androgens, which are hormones in the body, male hormones actually. And in addition, the overproduction of the androgens for hirsutism actually cause alopecia and hair loss on the scalp. So you can only imagine what women with PCOS go through with growing hair in every place that they don't want to grow hair at and losing it on their scalp. Now, last week I did a blog post about the hairy truth, about how to, stimulate scalp growth, because again, I have to say I suffer from every single symptom with PCOS that you see in the textbooks when it comes to the fatigue, the sleepless nights. Now I have onset diabetes because I'm insulin resistant, the cystic belly, which is the excessive fupa area. I mean, you name it, I go through it, including hirsutism. Now, I may not physically look like I go through hirsutism as bad as you have seen maybe some other women in your life or on the street, or recently more and more women who have hirsutism issues are coming forward with their beards and growing them proudly. And I salute those women. I haven't battled with it to that degree, but I'm a hairy girl. I'm not going to lie to you. But there are things that I have done to help combat the hairiness. And there's a two-way approach that you can do this, all right? You can go the medical route And there are medications that help with hirsutism for some that, will help reduce the frequency of hair growth. One of those is birth control. However, if you're like me, birth control was not the safest thing. And I had major complications with birth control, and it actually worked in reverse. I was hairier while taking birth control because it wreaked havoc on my hormones in a very negative way. So as much as doctors like to say that birth control can help, balance your hormones out, I've learned with PCOS that is not the absolute best solution for every woman. And in fact, it can cause more harm than good because it's not training the body to go back into hormonal balance. It's more so masking the hormonal imbalance. So anyway, enough about that. So let's talk about other ways that you can battle hirsutism naturally. What I've been trying to do with my PCOS is to provide a more holistic approach, because I feel like whatever you put in your body will radiate out of your body, in your skin, in your hair, in the color of your teeth, even in the firmness of your skin. There are things that you can eat to help really sustain your youthfulness, sustain your optimal health levels, and to get the best out of yourself. And in many ways, treat a lot of the things and ailments that you go through in life that medicine may not absolutely provide the best solution for. So in the case of hirsutism, there are a couple other solutions, all right? I'm going to speak on the natural, and then I'm going to go into the cosmetic right after. So with hirsutism, the best thing you want to do is to eat foods that combat the overproduction of androgens. Some of those foods that are important to eat, especially, are green tea. I know, right? Spearmint tea. I actually did a blog post about the consumption of spearmint tea being very, very good for battling hirsutism. And reducing carbohydrates. I know I spoke on that again when it came to other ailments with PCOS, but ironically, carbs are just really not good for anyone who suffers from PCOS. For some reason, not everyone is insulin resistant with PCOS. Let me also say that. But 80% of us are. And what that really means is that you don't break down sugars the same. So with that being said, the less you take in that your body has to struggle to break down, the better. Okay, so you definitely want to limit your carbohydrates. You want to always consume green vegetables, some starchy vegetables, but I would encourage that you don't even do too many starches. I am horrible with this because I love potatoes, okay? I'm going to be very, very honest. But you got to stay away from them if you really want to help your hair issues, okay? Always, always, always have healthy fats in your system. Always, always, always eat at least 20 grams of protein with every meal. Now, for people who are vegans and vegetarians, I know that may be difficult to do, but it's so important to have a nice consumption of protein with your meals because you want your body to not be taking in those carbs that trigger the hormonal imbalances, okay? You want to detoxify yourself of excess estrogen too. So with that being said, I would definitely stay away from most things that are soy product. I know that soy is pushed as one of the healthy alternatives to, meat and, in other milks, but I would encourage everyone to drink some form of nut milk. No rice milk, okay? Nut milk when you are dealing with PCOS. Diet is absolutely key. In terms of